DICE just revealed what has to be the coolest seasonal event content I've ever seen for Battlefield. The Dark Protocol limited time event for Battlefield 2042 just got a reveal trailer, and it's nothing like their past events. Synthetic soldiers mixed with players bring a pseudo-future zombie-like situation to the game, and I am vibing with it. After over a year of, let's be honest, shallow, mostly throwaway seasonal events with the occasional interesting or quirky mechanic, we're finally getting a proper themed mode with unique looking gameplay. Dark Protocol starts on October 31st and offers a new mode called Killswitch. It's a 12v12 secure and advanced objective game mode where you capture a series of 5 nodes to win. Along the way, you can activate AI soldier spawners, which release waves of bots that fight alongside whoever owns the spawner. The mode plays on Redacted, Manifest, Hourglass, and Spearhead maps. There's also 6 cosmetic gameplay rewards that can be earned over the event's 2-week run. Plus, there's 2 new store bundles for 2,000 Battlefield coins each, or a combo pack that includes both for 3,500 Battlefield coins. Dark Protocol ends on November 14th. Let's get into the details. Now, if you don't know, Battlefield 2042 seasons have all had mid-season events that offer limited time modes with twists or semi-unique mechanics that sort of differentiate them from standard stuff like Conquest and TDM. Each event has included cosmetic rewards you earn by completing ribbons. Sadly, though, the cosmetics have been the main draw to play the events, as the gameplay itself is usually pretty meh. Rarely were there any sort of custom-themed assets added to make them feel special. It was usually just a tweak to an existing map or mode, and that was pretty much it. But Killswitch looks like a huge leap. It fits the dark horror-inspired theme to the new Redacted map perfectly. On the surface, the mode is similar to a headquarters-style game mode. Both teams fight to secure AOS nodes. These objectives are captured by standing near them, and once captured, they're disabled and the new one spawns. Either team can capture each AOS node, and the first team to secure 5 wins the match. That's the basic part of the mode. The cool part are the Geists, the new AI soldiers that'll fight for you. Created deep in the bowels of the Redacted facility, you spawn them using the Forge, which synthesizes multiple waves of Geists. Whoever controls the spawner controls the Geists. They're basically AI bots with a melee weapon that'll go after the enemy team. If your team is stuck trying to make progress, or you want to tip the scales in your favor a little, securing the Forge and spawning some Geists seems like it could be a pretty big help. Now, what makes this more interesting is the use of Battlefield 2042's AI soldiers. AI in 2042 has been a controversial subject to say the least. In a standard round of multiplayer, they usually don't pose a huge threat, but they can fill in the ranks as needed when players leave, and to be honest, they're pretty competent as far as multiplayer AI goes. It just doesn't always feel like it's appropriate in Battlefield. However, DICE using the AI to support a well-themed mode like Killswitch seems like an absolute slam dunk. Making them part of the lore and openly embracing their AI nature instead of trying to fill out a server with player lookalike enemies is a cool use of the tech and actually adds to the immersion of the mode. Now, Killswitch only being 12v12 seems a little disappointing on the surface. The new Redacted map plays well with even 64 players, but having all those players fighting over a single point at a time would probably be a little bit too chaotic. I guess it depends on how useful the guys actually are. The trailer does make them look quite creepy and like they have the potential to overwhelm or even swarm you. Now, DICE's map selection for Killswitch is also a nice change from the previous events. Having 4 maps to play on instead of 1 or 2 will be great for reducing player burnout. There were a few modes in previous events that I actually liked, but I got burned out on them pretty fast because they were limited to single maps. Redacted, Manifest, Spearhead are all solid maps, though I'm a little iffy on how Hourglass is going to play. Of all the maps, that one's pretty open and barren, and it might make securing single objectives or using the Geist feel like a slog. DICE's blog for the event says that these objectives are some of the smallest in any mode, so I expect the capture radius to be extremely tiny. It only takes a single player to maximize the capture speed though, so you won't need the whole team on the point at once to effectively capture nodes. The nodes also work more like capture points in, say, Overwatch, where both teams' progression amount is tracked and it doesn't reset. So if your team gets 50% of the capture time and then gets pushed off, the other team will still have to capture 100% of their time, not just another 50%. If your team team retakes it, however, it'll just pick up from your remaining 50%. And this has proven to be a pretty fun and engaging way of doing capture points, as it keeps things moving and helps prevent stalemates. Overall, Killswitch looks like a ton of fun. A 2-week run seems like an appropriate amount of time. It'll be interesting to see the community's response. 2042 continues to see a massive surge of players and has maintained a healthy concurrent player count of over 80,000 players since its free-to-play weekend on the 15th. The game has basically never been more popular than it is right now, and if this mode does well, it'll be interesting to see how that might affect the game's momentum. Of course, the big question is still looming over 2042, and that's what comes next. DICE haven't announced support beyond the current season. Like I said in some of my recent 2042 videos, when a game blows up like this, smaller studios will pivot to support it as much as possible. Drop whatever they are doing and just work on supporting the thing that's doing well. DICE and EA don't always have the luxury of being able to quickly shift gears like that, but the studio's new head, Rebecca Kutaz, has made it clear that the studio needs to be flexible. Hopefully, Dark Protocol keeps things moving in the right direction, and maybe we'll see more Battlefield 2042 seasons beyond this. We also got a look at the event's cosmetics. Personally, I think they look really cool and fit the theme of the event very well. 2042's cosmetics have felt like DICE are trying to walk a tightrope between zany Fortnite skins and tactical operator outfits. The result seems like it's been a lot of them playing it safe and not going too far in any direction, but these new skins lean into the gritty sci-fi aesthetic of the game. You can unlock a rare weapon charm, epic vehicle skin, and epic Sundance set in week 1 via gameplay, with week 2 offering a rare player card and 2 epic weapon skins. The paid store bundles include a lot more, as you might expect. And if these skins are anything to go by, it seems like DICE have finally sort of accepted that their game is actually a bit sci-fi or futuristic, and will hopefully continue to make soldier cosmetics that fit that theme. The Geist appearance is also pretty interesting. It reminds me a lot of Ghost in the Shell with its human but incomplete anatomy. I'm not sure I'd want to see these as player skins, but it is cool that DICE went so hard into the event's theme, and the AI bots actually look like some time and care was put into their appearance. What do you guys think about this upcoming Killswitch? Best event ever, or too zany for your operator brain? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to see more content like this in the future. Let's fight that YouTube algorithm together. Also, I've seen many comments about bringing back This Week in Gaming as a show, and while I don't have any immediate plans to bring that show back, I have been doing a podcast with Matimio every single week that drops on Wednesdays. It's called the Level With Me podcast. It's a different YouTube channel, but we cover a lot of the week's current events in more of a podcast format. So if you're looking for that type of content, check out this video here. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap signing off.
Sentry deployed!